So there's a couple of new people and lots of familiar people here. So Misako Rocks and I have known each other for a really long time. So this is a really special Kids Comics Unite creator interview, launch interview, really different than any that I have ever done before. Because what year do you think we met each other, Misako?
Oh my God, I think technically I called you, right, from Wisconsin, Madison, Wisconsin. That was 2005 or 6?
Yeah, around then, 2005.
Yeah.
And back then I was working for Scholastic, and you were an artist, and you were looking for a book deal, and you asked me a bunch of questions, and then you made a trip to New York City, and you brought your big portfolio with you, and I went down, and so we go really far back, and the reason that we're here today is because Misako has her new book, Bounce Back, that came out. And I was her agent. This was one of the first book deals that I ever did before I officially announced that I was an agent. And I mean, there's so many stories we could tell. Oh my God.
I know, there's too many though.
Too many, but I specifically remember Misako and I met in a Le Pain Quotidien cafe in New York City. How many years ago was that now? Like 4 years ago, you think?
Yeah. Wait, for the bounce back was? Yes, 4 years ago.
It was about 4 years ago.
Yes.
And that was when I basically proposed to Misako, what do you think about me being your agent? And I really didn't know what you were going to say. I was nervous. But you were like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, right away before you even finish, I go, yes, let's do it. We gotta do it together, because I always told you, I think you should be an agent. You should do it. But you had all these other things going on, and then but finally, I think the timing, like who matched.
Yeah, but so the funny part of the story though is that we started working together at least 4 years ago, and now your book just came out.
Yeah.
So that gives you a sense of how long it takes. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, so true. Up and down.
Okay, so before we get into all the cool nitty gritty about how we got the book deal for Bounce Back, which is super interesting, and we have a lot to say about it. I think we should do the whole background about you, Misako. Tell everybody about where you come from and what made you decide to break into book publishing, all that.
All right. Okay. So, well, my name is Misako Rocks. I'm a Japanese manga comic artist, and also I'm a manga teacher on my online school. It's called Learn Manga with Misako. I teach 2 live manga lessons per week for elementary school students, and a lot of kids, from all over the place. So they love drawing a kawaii, cute manga together. So that's what I do right now, and I'm making a bounce back. But before I became a manga artist, I never thought I'm gonna become, comic artist at all, because I thought I was gonna become a puppeteer for Lion King musical in Broadway. That was my dream. And I moved to New York. I was an exchange student from Japan long time ago. And then I watched the Lion King musical, and I was like, this is gonna be me. I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna be an amazing artist. But God, everybody's so talented, and then my passion was there. Nothing happened. And then what happened is I had a part-time job at the Children's Museum. So I was sitting there, and a boy came up to me with a Dragon Ball Z manga book, and he said, "Are you Japanese? Do you know this manga?" And then he was, talking to me about all the Japanese manga translated to English. And I didn't know that, because I didn't own the TV that time, and I didn't even read manga at that point already, because I grew up with it. But after I moved here, I didn't read, and I went to public library, and I saw so many manga books, and I thought, like, you know what, this is it. I'm gonna become maybe original Japanese manga comic artist, because my parents, until then, they kept telling me, just come back to Japan, you know, just you did it. Everything could do it, but just, you know, come back and then become a police officer. Because my parents, both of my entire family, they are police officer in Japan. And my parents wanted me to become a police officer over there. But I told them, you know, like, oh no, mom and dad, like, give me one more chance. I just want to try something and I want to prove myself to you and to America. I kept telling them. So I started studying how to draw. I mean, I used to draw just like, you know, kids were drawing, but I didn't know any difference between graphic novel and manga at all. So I just studied by myself. And then I was just, you know, pushing myself, and I thought maybe I'm going to use my story, my experience, because I have a quite unique story. I moved here alone, and, you know, I had a lot of interesting friends. So that's why I started getting into drawing and original story, stuff like that. And then I called so many publishers in New York City. And that was one of them. Actually, first one was Scholastic and Janna. That's how I got into making manga.
So how did when was your very first book deal?
Ooh, my first one was with Hyperion, Disney. It's called The Biker Girl. And
how did it all happen?
So I guess that was 2006, around 2006, 2007. I think it was already sort of like a manga trendy thing going on. Maybe the first manga wave was happening here. A lot of kids are getting into it, but maybe publisher didn't know what the manga was so much. So I was even trying to finding my own style, but I called a lot publisher, and then, you know, your publisher, Janna, said like, oh, unfortunately, we don't do it. So I was like, oh, okay. But you told me that I think that these publisher might be interested in, so why don't you call? So I started calling the publisher you gave me. And one of them is a Hyperion, and I called her. And I said like, hey, you know, I like to visit because I'm visiting from Wisconsin and I want to give a presentation. So I went there. I think editor was more interested in me than maybe my book was. I was like, so, and then this character goes this, and then and it's gonna get power, and then it's gonna save the world, and then this one is about myself and my first love story with American musicians. And so she was like, whoa, but she got really interested in. And then that's how she gave me the 2-book deal right away. That was, I guess, I don't know, publisher was just, I guess, on that time. No hesitation, I guess. I was so lucky though.
And so then what happened?
Oh, and then, sorry. And then I finally published Biker Girl. And after that, I published Rock and Roll Love. And of course, when you publish, you know, books from major publisher, and I'm from another country, so I feel like, oh my God, I'm gonna become a New York Times bestseller artist. I'm gonna be insanely rich. Of course, I bet you're gonna feel that way too. And then I think my expectation was so high, but my maybe story and my art style was not sophisticated yet. So in the end, they didn't do that well. So that was really sad. And also I was going through some little, like a personal crazy experience that time too. So all the personal, like just upset, depression, and also the, you know, book didn't go well. It was really, really hard to, I guess, suck it up, or just, I guess I became a sort of like, I had an ego problem. And pride, you know, pride as an author got crushed. So it was really hard to come back from there.
I'm so glad we're talking about this because, yeah, I feel like it's very important for people to, talk about not just when books do really well, but also what happens when they don't do well. Because sometimes that happens.
Yes. I think it happens. I hope it happens not just to me, but it happens. Yeah, I mean, Ooh, and the funny also thing is maybe like, okay, so in Japan, if you do well, if Japanese artists or musicians, when they do sort of well in America, in Japan, they just like a TV and all the thing pay attention to you really well. Like suddenly like a Japanese TV and all the stuff started calling me. So every time I go to Japan, like I was on TV and I was on a radio show and I was doing so many things. So every time when I was walking, people stopped me in Tokyo, like, oh my God, yeah, Misako Rocks, take a photo. That kind of stuff helped me to raise my ego way higher than I had. But when I came back to America, just like, oh my God, my book is not doing that well. I guess, so who am I? What am I going to do? And I think I called you quite a few that time too. Like, Janna, I don't know, what am I doing?
Yeah, you're bringing back memories because now I remember. I was like, Misako, just ride the wave in Japan. Be a celebrity in Japan.
Yeah, that was interesting.
So tell me, like, what were you doing? What happened in those interim years between the when your third book got published here in the US and then when you and I started working together? What was going on in those interim years?
Oh my gosh. Okay. So that was the time, like when you sort of like reach the point, you gotta suck it up and then try something new. So what you also told me, also my husband told me, like, hey, you are really good at teaching. Why don't you get into more teaching business? Like just again, pride, right? Like teaching? No, I'm an artist. I'm not gonna teach. I felt that way. But well, also I want to make money same time too. So just like, okay, maybe I'm gonna do it. So I started like doing not online, the tutor, pretty much more like a tutor or group lessons. And I realized that I really enjoy teaching because kids are so fun and they're their imaginations, and also they're so goofy. They have no filter. So it's just so fun to talk to. And the way they're thinking is just so interesting. And especially like in New York City has international kids. So the way they think, it's quite different, everybody. So I really enjoyed it. And I thought like, maybe teaching is my thing. So I'm going to just give 100% to this. So I started like a teaching more, and I got into like a really good school. So I started teaching in the Upper East Side of those private schools. And that helped me to expand the Misako Rocks more business there. So I thought like, oh, okay, so this is going to be my life. I'm going to be a teacher, manga teacher. But at the same time, I thought, like just, I feel like I didn't finish, what I want to do yet, because I published the book, but what if I can do again? And then now I feel like I know so much about teenagers and tweens because I talk to them every single day and I love their stories. I love gossip. Like a kids gossip, I love it. So that helped me to start creating story that more they can relate to. And now I noticed that a lot kids I taught, they like such a slice of a life story. I thought maybe a lot of American kids, maybe they're interested in fantasy characters and stuff like that. But they said like, oh no, I like, girls, more graphic novel, because I feel like so related to. And then also they're getting into manga a lot too, just because I guess time has changed. So that's like I, started writing a more bounce back. But at that point, I don't think we didn't work together yet. So that's the first though, sort of like to come back to making a comic.
Do you remember what your very first teaching job was?
Yes.
What was it, and how did you get it?
So I got it because I started like, how did I get in there? Oh yeah, I had like some little online ads, or like I had a simple website, like a Japanese manga teacher in New York City, or something like that. And then this mom in Upper East Side, she emailed me like, hey, I do have a second grader and her friends who really, really love manga and want to draw. And then maybe we don't even know how much we can commit, but we want to try out. So just like, oh, wow, it's the first customers. So I got their house, and actually one of the kid became the model for Bounce Back Nala, because that kid was so like, I don't know, got charisma. Even the second grader when I met just got some like interesting vibe and aura. So that's I got to really interested in teaching. And that mom helped me a lot because she was the person who was always dealing with the book fair, school. She knows so many mom. So she told everybody about Misako Rocks manga, Misako Rocks manga, manga. And then like just suddenly like I couldn't take a students anymore at that point.
Okay, so then let's start talking about what happened once we started working together. So I'm trying to remember, you had the whole storyline for Bounce Back when we talked.
Yes.
Did you have the script or like the first draft?
No
just the idea for the story.
Idea and the outline. Yeah.
So I must have said, okay, write the script.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah. And I started, and please, people remember English is my second language. So I can talk, I can wing it, but writing is another level. So it's pretty tough. And sometimes, still I gotta like hire a professional like editor, stuff like that to check. Because just because, I wanted to make sure everything looks good. And then when I started making the first one, even after I write and then you checked everything, and then we decided to show to agent first. No, we started showing the publisher right away first. Idea and some characters.
We went through 2 rounds of submissions. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Yeah. So I think that's a really interesting story about what happened when we sent out the first round of submissions.
Yes.
You want to tell that story?
Yeah, I remember one of what everybody said no. So that was, guys, I give 100% to this, and then I again my ego was a little high too because I know all the kids what they think and everything, and just like just no. And I guess some of them say it's cheesy or something. Didn't they say that?
I don't know. I don't remember the exact reasons why but I just remember across the board, it was like, no.
Yeah.
No. So then what happened?
Well, but me and you, we didn't give up. We're just like, okay, if they don't want it, let's just do it ourselves.
Oh yeah. Oh, I forgot that whole part.
Yes.
Yeah. I was gonna start a publishing company.
Yes.
Because I was like, I'm gonna do it myself.
Yeah, because like you and me, we believed in this story so much, and they're like, no way they're gonna say, no to this. All right, so let's just do it. So we even went to Chicago, conference for self-publishing, a big conference.
Yeah, we went
to the idea.
Independent Book Publishers Association annual conference, IBPA. And I have recommended IBPA in this group before because they're a great organization. If you're interested in self-publishing, they have tons of resources.
Yeah,
so
super helpful.
Great conference. So we went there, and that was our plan. And then now everything is getting murky in my brain about how, like, the sequence of events. Did we decide to get our beta readers?
Before that, you said let's show to actual like an experienced agent.
Okay.
Right? And then we showed to, who was it though? Some like a famous one.
Oh, Judy.
Yes.
Hansen. Judy Hansen. Yes.
Yeah. And she say no. Guys, she said no. So like, all right, okay, no again. More at the point, I just like, I was like, all right, that's fine. Let's just do another way. And then you told me that like, why don't we find beta readers? And then let's just like, clean up, polish, make the script better, and then make the more character profile better, and then send it to more publishers again.
Right.
That's what we started working on again.
So can you say a little bit about the beta reader process, like what you thought about it?
Okay, so first I was like, what, Janna, are you out of mind? You're gonna show entire script from beginning to the end to some kids and then people I don't even know? So I thought like, wait, that's crazy. That's what I thought first. But then the more, we talked, I realized that's such a good idea because that's going to be a great, in a way, sort of like a good promotion. And plus I feel like, the actual 5th graders or 7th grader, when they read, if they can tell me what they think, that's going to help me so much improve the story. So in the end, I really loved it, having a beta readers.
So I think we posted on social media about, and I think I probably sent out some emails too asking for beta readers, and we had a Google form that we had for people to sign up to be a beta reader, and I think there was like 100 people or something.
Yeah, a lot of people applied.
Yeah, and then we had a deadline, so we shared a Google Doc version of the manuscript with people, and we gave them like 3 weeks to look at it and leave comments in it.
Yeah, it was like right before summer.
Yeah, so and I think in the end there was like 60 or 70 people who actually left comments in the script, right?
Yeah.
And do you remember how many comments we had in the script? Because I do. It was crazy.
It was like 1,000 something.
It wasn't that many. I remember it was more than 700. It was 700 something comments in the manuscript. And then you and I went through and literally discussed every single comment, right?
Yes.
And it took us, what, a month or so?
Yeah, a month or so. I think more than a month.
Yeah, a month or 2 months to go through all the comments and decide, like, do we agree with this? Do we not agree with it? If we agree with it, how are we going to change the manuscript? And then you went in and did a massive revision. Right?
Big change, yes. And they're like, oh man, like, I mean, after you finish making a product and then go back and digging again, that's a lot of work. Because you got to think of like, oh, how am I going to put this story together, this chapter and then that chapter? But in the end, I'm so glad we did it because it helped so much. It tightened. The story got tightened. Yeah,
so then we sent it out again.
Again.
And then what happened?
Oh, and then I really remember this because, well, that was like after a couple weeks, right? Maybe after we sent a couple weeks. It was a really cold day in New York City. So I was on the subway and then I was at the Borough Hall and I got the text from you. Ding. And then Macmillan offered you to book deal. And then I was sitting, but I stood up like, holy shit. I'm sorry, I said that. But I was like, what? And everybody's like, oh, honey, are you okay? Are you okay? No, I just got the book deal. I got the book deal. And I cried. That was, everybody's like, congratulations. Yeah. So that was sweet. Oh my God. I feel like I got the second chance though, that moment.
Yeah. It's so awesome. And what's really cool is in the book, you have this, the list of beta readers.
Yes.
Listed in the back of the book. And one thing to know is that we said that there were like 60 something beta readers, but a lot of people didn't want their name in the book because some of them, they're young kids. So not all the people who left comments in Misako's manuscript are listed in the book.
I know. I know, but yeah, that was good. And now, like, actually, some of them are librarians and those beta readers, and they invited me to teach. And then luckily, like, when they really liked me, they introduced it to me to other schools too. So thanks to this beta readers experience, just helped me. And then those good relationships just so stretched, just like this. Now I can just, keep teaching them and then promote them. They say oh, we do anything. If you want to promote again, just please let us know. Just like that. So yeah, it was great experience.
So now tell us about your creative process, about with actually once you got the ball rolling with your editor, Liz at Macmillan, like how's it been working with the team there and you working on your own? And also how is it different than when you did the books back in the early 2000s?
Oh, because I think what I noticed that a lot now publishers, they do have younger editors who grew up with reading manga now. So they know what the manga or anime, what they're about, and they really love it. So when I suggested, like, oh, this part is going to be a chibi characters, and chibi means like really tiny, cute characters. When character go like, happy, like regular size of this, lyrical side became like super tiny like that. And they're so okay with it too. And I realized also, I do have this like hardcover one. The way, even designing a cover, they have their really strong vision. And I even didn't think, make cover like this because I thought, having a more background might be better and the arty cool. But they are saying, kids book is more like solid, just like strong color and a character title. That's going to be pretty good. So they have such a strong vision and a strong message. So I felt like, I trust them completely 100%. And they've been, to me, just right. So it's amazing to work with them. Hold on, Janna, you are muted.
Yes, you're correct. I was muted. Any other stuff you can say about your creative process, what you do behind the scenes in terms of creating the story?
Well, let's see. Okay, I'm gonna show maybe my thumbnails. Sorry, this thumbnails. Maybe you guys too. I don't like this process at all. My thumbnail's so rough. Look at that. So I feel really bad to show this to Liz, my editor. But my pencil process gets pretty good. Should I share a screen? I can share a screen to show you though how I did it. Okay, let's see. Okay, here we go. So I usually show this during a school visit. So I do like first, after this thumbnail, she said, yes, you can move to pencil. All right, so I started going to pencil. For this, maybe I spent 20 minutes. I usually work really fast, so that's good. And then this is inking, and I love drawing with a calligraphy brush pen. Maybe some of you are already using just the digital, but to me, I like drawing with a hand, and then I use digital to edit and everything. So after that, I love spending time coloring. I do lyrical and the eyes and the hair. It's like I can spend hours and hours on this. And then Noah, sidekick character, and then background. And I love sunset color. The bounce back, the concept for me, the color is like I was using a tons of sunset color because I wanted to show kind of bitter sweetness through, the page. Every page I wanted to be like a postcard or a poster. So I spend at least 6 hours per page, maybe some more than 10 hours. But the coloring process takes a long time for me. And I love the coloring process, the most favorite part. So thumbnail, pencil inking, I think I can just, if I put your mind to it, I just go. I can just keep doing it. But coloring, I have to spend long time. And I realized that at first I thought like, oh, do I have to hire somebody? I realized, I think I can do by myself as long as I just do every single day a lot. And I don't mind.
That's good. You don't feel like you ever got close to burnout because you are a very hard worker.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm sort of getting to the end of my questions, and I'm gonna give you a little heads up that if you have any questions for Misako, think about it now because I'll be opening it up for Q&A. But one other thing that I think we should definitely talk about, Misako, is your online community for kids to learn manga.
Yes,
I think it's really unusual and it's interesting. Could you share your screen to show it?
Sure. Okay, hold on. So first, let me open it quick before I start. Oh, it's there. Hold on. Okay, and then share screen. This one, Learn Manga with Misako. Super simple one, but here we go. So I even made a promotional video so they can get the idea what's like. And that's my studio back in New Jersey. So they sign up and they become a member. Monthly subscription, just like a gym. And then right now I'm doing a new members get first 2 weeks free. Everybody loves free. So 2 weeks they get the free. And I do have a kids, like those moms and the students, they left their feedback to me and a guideline, all the stuff. So I do have right now about how many kids? 60 kids from New York to LA, and actually some of them from another country. Interesting. Yeah. So I teach them tomorrow, actually. Yesterday I have to cancel because of my sickness. So yeah, so every week I think of the theme and I do have, here. It's really rough, but I just teach, okay. This week, getting sleepy, like that kind of theme. And I show all the sample and I teach how to draw step by step. But also like my students are pretty young, like when they're from 7 years old, so they don't have that much focus, concentrate. So I gotta keep, go, always gotta entertain. And some of them are pretty perfectionists. So I make a mistake in front of a camera. So they feel, comfortable and they can laugh and have a good time. That's what I try to teach. I mean, it's tough though to think a theme every week.
Yeah, although we've been talking about you doing how to draw book, which I think could be really great.
Mm-hmm. That's what my students kept telling me. Just please make, how to draw and fashion. So many kids love just kawaii, fashion. So that's what we're thinking.
Yeah. All right. So does anybody have questions for Misako?
Yes. Nobody. Sorry, my voice.
I have a question, Janna.
Okay.
Hi, Misako. Congratulations.
Thank you.
My question to you is, when you do school visits, do you visit all ages, or do you focus on particular divisions of schools or class? And what does that look like?
Looks like it's all ages, even though I say like, hey, my lessons is better for 3rd to 6th grade. Teachers usually ended up inviting everybody. So today I was teaching from kindergarten to 8th grade at once. So sometimes like I never know. Yeah, it's tough though. Today's lesson was a bit tough.
Great, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Gibson?
I'm curious if hi Misako.
Hey.
I'm curious if you have like a thoughts or like a plan of what you want your career to look like when you get 10, 15, 20, 50 years down the road, like what is the kind of career you want to have had, the body of work you want to have created?
Oh my God, I love the question. Wow, me and Janna, we are thinking we want like Misako Rocks empire. That's what we want to create. Well, first of all, I'm imagining every day I'm daydreaming Bounce Back is gonna be an anime series, and the opening theme is gonna be a super cute Japanese pop music. I always think like that. And then maybe the Nico's merchandise can be a Target, can be like maybe Urban Outfitter. So we like to use Bounce Back. I mean, as a core, the book is core, but then branch out to anime series, and then clothes, stationery set, all sorts of like a cute teens product. That's how we wanna go. Hopefully, I think we will.
So you have like a whole storyline for the future planned out for Bounce Back.
Well, yeah, a lot. Yes, actually, I do have a lot. Like at least I do have an idea for Bounce Back. I mean, Bounce Back 2, that's what we're working on, but 3, 4, what? Yeah, a lot. Because Bounce Back main characters, at least I do have a good 10 characters. So I can keep using like a lot of them as the main characters.
Yeah.
If I can ask another question, kind of playing off that, when you're thinking down the road with these characters, do you imagine them aging? Like getting older with the story?
Maybe, but not like going to college or something like that. I was not thinking that way. It's more still like I wanted to keep it to middle grade and then maybe up to high school. But definitely this 7th, 8th graders, like that kind of sensitive those age, I want to keep using that part.
Very good. Thank you very much.
No, thank you.
Maybe they'll be sort of ageless, like the Archie characters. I don't know.
Oh, I like that. Or Babysitter's Club.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I love your energy, Misako.
Thank you.
Really exuberant and wonderful. And are you talking to licensors or anything like that at the moment, or is this something that's further down the line when you have more books out and that kind of thing? Like, are you laying the groundwork for it? Because I think that's a wonderful idea.
Oh, well, Janna, what do you think?
No, we're not yet there yet. She has to have like she has to have proven that she's, a bestseller on the market, which we're working on. We're trying really hard.
Yes.
I bought your book today, so I'm going to help with, getting it out.
Gosh.
Yes.
Oh, please email me because I'm going to send you my signed sticker and a super kawaii postcard.
Oh, lovely. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, if you guys order, please email me. Janna has my email.
They should email Misako at misakorocks.com.
Yes. Oh my God, Gibson too. Yeah, Misako at misakorocks.com. Please email me your mailing address. I'm gonna send you right away.
I'm one of those
holiday present.
I love that. I'm one of those that I like to review. So
oh my gosh, yes.
I will do that.
That would be fantastic.
Thank you. Yes, I'm asking it to students too.
Definitely, I feel like we have something to prove. I have a big chip on my shoulder, and I'm gonna show them.
I know, it's so funny. Like now, I feel like right after I publish, not just the making as another one, but now I'm just like a promo, and I'm asking a lot. My students' parents too, like, hey, if your daughter enjoyed it, please, you guys, if you can leave online review, appreciate, I guess that's what we're doing right now. More like, another work.
Don't even hesitate to ask, because usually when people don't think of it, but if you ask them to do that, and I say, what did you think of it? Please share. They love to do that, especially if they love the book.
Ah, thank you so much. Yay. I like that.
Actually, maybe Misako, you could talk a little bit about how the marketing and promotion has gone so far for this book. I mean, has it sort of played out as you expected it to? Is there anything that's surprising? Do you feel like what you're doing is working? Like, do you feel like some of the stuff you're doing is working and some of it isn't?
I think definitely the school visit, like those stuff, you know, promotion stuff, working more than I expected. Because before, you know, I didn't know any schools. So I was just going through Google, finding, calling, finding, email, something like that. But now since I started teaching more and the parents tell their, you know, school, stuff like that. So they contact me. So that's much easier and it's working great. But also maybe I'm that kind of person I expect result happen quickly. I don't have any patience about that, and which I have to learn how to be patient. So I was, you know, thinking, okay, right after publish the book, I'm gonna get the, you know, 200 or 300 reviews right away. Janna, I thought I was gonna get the 300 reviews right away, but it's not like that, right? And plus, I'm a new author, so it's gonna be pretty hard for people to find out about me. That's why constantly, you know, like you suggested, I'm gonna talk to them, I'm gonna ask people, but also even the Amazon page too. Me and Janna, we suggested Macmillan, hey, can we add images? Because to us, I feel like not just the information. I mean, having a visual is way strong, you know, stronger, just the ads, because people can get the idea. And even to me too, I don't have a time to read everything, right? But the review, of course, is important. But the information about the product, having a visual helps so much. So now Amazon has so many cute, just the kawaii bounce back images. So hopefully that's going to help more for the parents to get the idea of this story.
Did you take a screenshot of what the Amazon page looked like before you added all this stuff?
I think I did. It was like me doing a peace sign and then Q&A. But now it's like full just.
Can you share your screen and show the Amazon page? Because I think this is something that we really had to kind of advocate for. Like, I think the publisher wasn't against it or anything, but they wouldn't have gone the extra mile if we hadn't been like, we want to just pimp out the Amazon page.
Here we go. Now like this.
Yeah, so we just added tons and tons of stuff to the Amazon page.
Because usually, you know, from publisher, it's just a letter or maybe not that much. But we constantly asking, hey, can we add images? Can we add images? Constantly, until they say yes. So now, ta-da, finally. So it's a big logo. Now people can see who they are. They see cute cats. Who doesn't like cat? Everybody loves cat. So that makes sense. So I think that this is gonna help for people.
Then, can you show the description of the book too? Because I think we asked them to change a few things in there.
Yes.
Did they do it? Can you click read more?
Yeah. They changed.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
So we were thinking about keywords, and we really wanted the words age appropriate, kid friendly manga to be in the description on the Amazon page, because we were thinking about how people search for books, and both of us know that there's tons of teachers and librarians and probably parents too searching for age appropriate manga.
Yes.
Kid friendly manga. So we're hoping that helps move the needle as well.
Yes, I think so too. That's the thing, because every time, you know, when I started teaching and when I told parents that, hey, I'm going to publish the manga, and there's parents ask me, what is it age appropriate? Like, yes, it is. Because unfortunately, Japan, like Japanese manga, my culture has so many manga book, like, oh, wow, too mature, you know, like, I don't recommend for the little kids to read, and the parents are aware of it. But this one, you know, Bounce Back, it's about positive friendship and a tear, all the stuff. So we wanted to show the image and a message to everybody. So kids-friendly manga, it's such an important keyword.
But interestingly, like if we hadn't said anything, your Amazon page would have been so different.
Yeah. Oh yes. That's what we have to bug them, right?
Yeah. Samantha has a comment about librarian group on Facebook. Oh yeah. Do you do much marketing on Facebook, Misako?
I don't have a Facebook anymore.
I know.
Gives on scrubbing. Yeah, I don't have a, yeah, because I don't have anybody. I mean, my crowd, they don't use Facebook anymore. So just like, I don't.
What about TikTok?
No TikTok.
You should
Only
do
Instagram.
You should do TikTok, Misako.
TikTok
You
too?
can basically just do the same thing you do on Instagram on TikTok.
Oh, really?
Yeah, actually, I read this fascinating article, was it yesterday or 2 days ago, about this woman who's built this huge business on TikTok selling online courses about Excel.
Okay.
I'm talking about the spreadsheet program.
But through TikTok.
Through TikTok. In fact, she's now making up to 6 figures a day.
Wow. Oh, okay.
So you should try TikTok.
All right, TikTok. Yeah, I mean, my students told me that too, especially 5th graders, addicted to TikTok. They always tell me, but thank you so much for following on Instagram. Yeah, now I built so much base, good base on Instagram. I feel like I just gotta focus on that. But okay, now TikTok. And on Twitter, no.
And Twitter's not really your thing, I don't think.
No, yes, I don't use that.
Yeah.
See, everybody use TikTok.
I was in the subway and I was watching teenagers using TikTok. Just yesterday.
Yeah, no, they're always doing.
Yeah, they're doing the whole thing.
Yes, I mean, Janna's daughter, she helped me also. Yeah, she helped me to sort of more added good scenes to bounce back. Mei-chan's story, just like, oh wow, interesting, Mei-chan, tell me more. But I remember when we were walking, Mei-chan was like, oh my God, Misako, look at her, she's doing a TikTok, really important dance, just like this. They know much more. Alrighty, yeah.
Oh, any other questions for Misako?
Yes. Well, yeah, and also I should send my email address too, just in case. I know that some of you bought it already. So here, so you can send me your mailing address after you bought, so I can mail you. Yay.
Yes.
All right.
Alondra, what has been your favorite process on this journey?
Oh my God. Well, if I say now, I guess the process was being rejected and then accepted. That moment was my favorite.
It sounds like you're describing the depth.
Yeah, if I was just accepted right away, I mean, of course it's great, but I guess I just like a dramatic, that moment.
Yeah.
So yeah, that comeback was like, yes, that's a good
like
feeling.
It's the title of your book.
Yeah, bounce back.
Yeah.
That's so true.
Oh, Emily asked, do you have any manga influences that you would recommend?
Manga influencers. Influences. Oh, you mean more like a book, manga book, or?
Well, anything. I don't like anime or artists or
okay.
Books
yes,
that you feel like inspired you.
Those two I always have with me because these 2 books are my favorite manga book ever. This first one is called the Yukon Club. I don't know, you came to America, but I know the story, style is really classic. Oh, I kind of broke it. But it's such a good story. It's about those 6 high school kids. They are troublemakers, and it's an anthropology, so it can be some stories about horror, some stories about adventure and a mystery. It's so fun. Even my parents, they love it. And then this is called Rurouni Kenshin. I think in English it's called Samurai X. This is such a cool manga. I mean, it's a boys manga, but style is, some of them super cute too, and it's really easy to read. And then I studied Japanese history from this. I learned a lot about, because it's based on real samurai culture, everything. Even though main characters are fake, it's not the real guys, but they use the real events. So it's really dramatic and super cool. It's called the Rurouni Kenshin. I think in English, Samurai X.
Wow.
This is really cool one. Yeah.
Did you ever watch Dragon Ball Z?
Yes. When I was a kid, I mean, I had a huge crush on one of the character, Vegeta.
Oh, really?
When I was 4th grade. Yeah, I think it's happened. A lot of kids, girls, maybe they don't want to admit it, but when they watch some kind of cool manga, you get crush on one of the characters. And the Vegeta was my boy.
But isn't the nickname that you have for your husband the name of one of the characters from Dragon Ball Z?
Yeah,
and it's not that character.
Not the character. I like troublemaker. I like troublemaker guy. That's bad, but I like kind of cool, mean, mysterious kind of type. So Vegeta was good one. And I know that's a really popular here too. Yeah, bad boy. Yeah, bad boy. Yeah. Oh, and I do have a samurai in my family. Actually, my dad's side is we are samurai family. Takashima, north of Japan, and we serve to really famous one-eye samurai. His name is Date Masamune. So my grandparents' house, they do have samurai this armor, and then samurai katana. It's pretty cool. Yeah.
Wow. So Jade wants to know, do you have any current favorite manga or anime? Are you watching anything?
Yes. My favorite manga series, it's called Major 2. I guess also I like sports manga too. It's a baseball manga, but they focus on more like a girls baseball manga, which is so dramatic. It's not just about sports, drama. It's in a way it's kind of bounced back. So Major 2, that was my favorite. And an anime series, I don't have that much time to watch these days, but I always rewatch Ghibli film. Every time I'm just like feeling sad, lonely. I don't know why. I watch Ghibli film all the time.
Yeah. So Leo wants to know, how are your parents dealing with you not being a police officer in Japan now that you have a 2-book deal with Macmillan?
Now they love it. Can you believe they changed the attitude? Just like that. Also, when I published, first book in here, again, Japanese media pay me attention, right? So I got the chance to meet Japanese Prime Minister and the First Lady. So I got on like those news. And then, of course, my parents suddenly changed the attitude. Oh my God, my daughter's in New York City. She met blah, 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 First Lady, Prime Minister. So just like that, when you're on TV, they changed.
Yep, Alondra, that's parents for you. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Any other last questions?
Yeah. If you do, please let me know. Oh, wow. So it looks like a lot of your family members or kids are really into manga too. That's awesome.
Yeah.
My daughter used to make me watch Oran High all the time.
Oh, okay.
All the time.
Yeah, I mean, kids, when they're really into it.
Yeah. When you were talking about having a crush, it was like, oh boy, yeah. She's 22 now and she still loves it.
Yeah. I know that. Yeah, a lot of kids are into it. Yes.
I guess we'll sort of wrap it up, but Misako, do you have any words of wisdom for people who might be going through what you were going through, 5 or 6 years ago, where they're feeling frustrated or, not really sure where their direction is going, or hitting brick walls or anything like that?
Well, it's easy to say, but in the end, what I can say is you don't want to give up. Because I feel like when you hit the wall, and especially right now, everything's so uncertain and it's so hard to make a decision, but I really don't want you to give up yourself and your product, because in the end, something is going to happen, and just waiting, it's not going to happen, right? Waiting, just you're waiting. I mean, you got to go out there. So please don't give up. And once you have your product, let's show to the world somehow, right? Like Instagram, or even now, I guess, self-publishing, which we tried. So there are so many ways to put yourself out there. So I know that that's going to happen. So from my experience, yes, simple thing, but I want you to say, yeah, I want to tell you, just please don't give up, and just keep doing, keep believing, and just do it.
Yes.
It's like simple way. Yeah.
Yeah. Keep believing and keep doing. Doing
Yes.
and believing. Those are the
Yes.
two. You just put them together. You will move forward.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to take a while, but it will. As long as you don't give up, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us on this Wednesday evening.
Thank you. Thank you. Arigatou gozaimasu.
Unmute yourself to say goodbye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Misako.
That was fantastic.
Whoa. Bye. Have a good
Bye.
night and have a great holiday.